So here's a few, well, at least one announcement. There's a talk right after class today at Pomona at 1:15 called Media Justice in the Age of YouTube. I'm just going to pass that around. I have been working mightily to try and grade you all, get you your grades, figure things out. It's been really clumsy and hard to do on YouTube. It's just taking a huge amount of my time to track things down. Insane tracking game with all of you. And the ones of you who did it correctly, thank you. But at least half of you didn't do what I asked you to do. I mean, like, I am totally owning the fact that it is very hard for me to stay on top of what you're all doing well. So, you know, just don't be shy with your response. And I hope you all saw that. I mean, I watched all the videos last week, and on every one of them I put a short comment. So I did that last week, but I didn't tally up your grade. I'm tallying up the grades. Everyone's doing fine in this class. I want you to understand that I'm being super soft grader, so I don't think you should all be sitting here quaking in your boots. It seems only fair, given the experimental nature of this class, that no one's going to do badly, so you shouldn't be worrying here. But I am using some discretion. But just try and watch through the rest of the midterms. People did really great work. You know, I'm in the luxurious position of getting to see everything. I don't know if you've all watched everything, but I'd like to try and get through them all today. Maybe have a few comments, raise some questions, and move forward. My goal will be that we'll sort of watch or heard people's ideas by the end of class today, and then on Thursday we'll have a class discussion about where we're going to do and what we're going to do. I'd like you to volunteer to show your work, and then I'd like you to volunteer behind somebody if you think that your work sort of continues in the line of that project. So, who'd like to go first? Okay, Tom. Now, Tom has a video. A lot of you use this form. So I started to notice that there's some staple forms that you are starting to choose as you're trying to figure out how to express yourselves in YouTube. So pay attention to Tom's form, and like off the top of my head, Tom, you and Eric use the exact same form. Okay, let's talk about that style for a second. What did y'all think about that as a choice in relationship to the assignment? Yeah, exactly.
I think it's pretty smart because, like, with the first one, since I haven't seen Indiana Jones, I was like, what? I was paying more attention maybe because I haven't seen, you know, what was going on. So that provided kind of the entertainment, and then it's like kind of sneak in the academic part with the audio.
Okay.
I mean, my focus wasn't necessarily 100% on the audio, since I was focused on the visual, but it like probably the only reason that I paid as much attention.
Okay, so it's a way to sort of actually sneak through the popularity demands in the form and start to like hack in intellectual content. And I agree that works for both of them, although differently. So of course you choose popular culture and he chooses sort of iconographic political, you know, a moment from iconographic political history. They both are iconographic images, but the function of them is different. Yeah, Tina?
I was actually going to say, I have seen Indiana Jones, and I thought that was a really, like, suspenseful moment, that I was, like, so invested in that one scene, and, like, him getting this, like, you know, golden object that, like, I'm sorry to say, but I kind of blanked out from what was going on with, like, sound-wise.
Like Soviet montage theory, they would be very excited about the idea of really pushing, you know, a sound source and an image source that are almost in conflict to each other, and what happens organically in this kind of battle between the two of them, or this clash between the two of them, she's understanding language. You know, sometimes in both of the videos it works better than others. So some moments you're actually hitting a place where, like, you mentioned freedom at the exact same moment we see the young black boy. And suddenly, you know, like there's this incredible intersection of your ideas and the ideas in the image. Yours, you know, yours doesn't necessarily hit up quite as well. somebody want to show what you think is, I'm calling the illustrated lecture, but approached in a slightly different way?
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah. So, he writes a paper and then he uses YouTube to illustrate it, right? Now, some of you used YouTube to illustrate your paper by actually cutting in takes of YouTube, right? Like Sonia, for instance, that's what you did. I'm wondering if what we're thinking about doing is hacking YouTube to imagine how YouTube can start holding more serious conversation, what you think of the illustrated lecture in relationship to Eric's or Sonia's you saw in the class. There's another version, which a bunch of you have, which is written text on the screen. Which is more or less the same thing as reading it, right? Written text on the screen, and then that's illustrated by cutting away, typically, to a YouTube video. Miranda, I think yours is in line with this one. I think one of the things we want to start asking is, we live in a culture where things are moving faster, where the surface is starting to define things, and do we want to hone the skill of being able to make complicated arguments very quickly and visually, which is what you all are trying to do.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's just sort of for trying to convey information on a forum like YouTube, where the average video length is like 3-4 minutes. I think it's just essential to say your ideas in like short span of time.
No. I think you guys are all figuring how to do it, so I'm agreeing with that. I think the larger question is this one about education and higher learning, and if what we are, back to the way Dan pushes, do we want to imagine a society where what we do is start writing 2-minute papers, which are half-page papers, which are concise papers, and that's actually an improvement that technology is going to make. It's going to take us to new forms of communication that ask us to communicate in higher education in a different way, or is forestalling or slowing down or not allowing something that we need. Is that everybody? Delane. So your assignment is to watch them all, comment on 1 or 2, and you can comment back on ones that you've seen today or last class if you would like to talk to somebody about what you think they've done well, or what ideas theirs that you like. But on Thursday we will decide what we're doing.
Come on. You know what time it is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check this out.